Hello, can you hear us?
Can you hear and see us?
Hey!
Hello.
Okay. Hey! Okay, so I'm so slow. I thought that, like, Sarah was going to be on her phone, you were going to be on your phone, but no, but this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good.
Okay, we can do it that way if you want. That would be the first ever double, triple broadcaster.
No, I like this.
Okay.
I like this. I like this. I like this. Okay. Yes. So.
Mess everything up.
Oh, you're upside down now.
I wonder if I can. I'm trying to. Let me see if it flips. Nope, didn't flip.
I can.
Okay.
Right. Oh, silly rabbit. Technology works when it wants to.
Exactly.
So, welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone, to another Hot Take Tuesday live on a Wednesday. Yes. So I'm here with my awesome guests, Sierra and Daniel. Alrighty. Yeah. These are some talented filmmakers, actors, all the things.
Yeah.
Guys, take a couple seconds, introduce yourselves. Let us know what you got going on.
You too. You're first. You first.
My name is Daniel Powers. Right now, don't have too much going on. I wrote a short play for the Square One Playwrights Festival at Lake Worth Playhouse. That's going to be coming up soon. Just check out the Lake Worth Playhouse Instagram, see check out the Square One thing, and you can see like all this stuff on that. Other than that, I don't think I have too much.
I love how you're like, I don't have much going on. I just wrote this play. It's being held at this place.
Well, it's a short. It's only like 10. And I had to really cut it out to make it to 10, to be honest.
I had lunch with Spielberg last week. It was no big deal. No big deal.
You should write. This isn't like a promotion for them, but they're accepting short plays if you want to write a short play.
Oh, okay. I do. Now, there's a little problem called time.
Yeah.
That I have a problem with. Apparently Lex Luthor is Superman's arch nemesis. Time is mine. We go at it all the time. And I always think like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I got you. And then I'll turn around and time has me in a headlock. And I'm like, interesting. So, Sierra, anything going on with you?
No. Nothing really at all. I am helping with a short film. I was going to write for the playwriting thing, but I also did not have time. So
she did it last time, though.
I did it last time, but not this time. They could not.
Okay. You too. Like, I have nothing going on. I'm helping with this play thing. Okay. You know what? Okay. That's fair. All right, guys. I won't hold you guys too long. Guys, we are talking about Wes Anderson's 2023 film, Asteroid City. Feel free to drop your comments, your questions in the chat. We'll get to them, get you guys involved. All right. So, two things. Okay, two questions. One, what did you think of the movie? And two, I hope you remember it because I think I spaced out. Go.
I really liked it. I liked it more than I thought I would.
Okay.
When it comes to Wes Anderson, I'm very I'm cautious. I approach with caution a lot because people will hype up his movies just because it's Wes Anderson. You know what I mean? And
right.
I'm guilty of this with many actors and directors. Like, I'll watch anything Willem Dafoe is in, even if it's good or bad, which thankfully he was in this movie. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought. And I thought that I had it spoiled for me all throughout Twitter when it first came out, but I was thoroughly surprised with a lot that happened in the movie.
Daniel?
Yeah, sorry. So I started out, Wes Anderson was one of my favorites when I was a teenager and in high school. And his movies inspired me a lot, especially his early ones, like Rushmore is one of my favorites. Bottle Rocket is one of my favorites. Fantastic Mr. Fox is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Instant classic.
So I love Wes Anderson, but I think lately there have been more recently he's been getting so much focused on the visual style of his movies that I felt like he had left behind some of the heart of his earlier work. So I was really nervous because I heard this last one, The French Dispatch. I heard it wasn't very good, and I was a little nervous about this one. I didn't really love Isle of Dogs, which is another one of his ones.
I loved that one.
Sorry.
You're crazy. I love that one. I thought it was so good.
I have to rewatch it.
Yes, you do.
And I didn't really love the Royal Tenenbaums, which I also need to rewatch because everyone's.
All right, okay. Well, we're gonna have to cut this off right now. Apparently.
I know it's really weird. Everyone's like, but I liked this one, which is weird.
Okay. Okay. You know what? This is going to be an awesome conversation because no. Hear me out.
Polite way to say I completely disagree with you.
No. It's good to me because you love this. Well, you at least like the movie / love the movie. I absolutely abhor it, and then 2 movies that you don't like, I absolutely love. So I'm definitely ready to I'm all ready to dive in a great way. So it's actually, I think it's more fun when you have a conversation where it's opposing versus it was amazing. Wasn't it amazing? It was amazing. Oh my God. True. All right. So I'm going to say, piggyback a little bit on what you're saying, how like he's, his last couple of projects and focus more on style than, like the heart of the story. And I feel like that's what the case was here. I really feel like, because, okay, cinematically, style, color scheme, check, nailed it, super nailed it. The dolly shots, oh my God, the dolly shots, okay? The POV camera pans that make you feel like you're literally in the scene. Love all of it. I was super excited. I was like, okay, here we go. We diving into this one. Okay.
I'm sensing a butt, a very big butt.
So what's the best way I could put this? I can't think of the good analogy of it, but it's almost like those like back in the day, the little wind up toys on display. Okay, so it's like you have all these cool characters, like they all individually were separate and cool, but I felt like they were all just wind up toys, just like I found no flow. I found nothing to latch on to. I found and every story doesn't have to have a specific type of arc, but I found no connection. I thought, okay, you got the mother who died, who got cremated. He's having to tell his daughters about it. And having that conversation of, well, she's in heaven, but see, I don't believe in it. Okay. And then you have an alien. Okay. All right. So we're kind of like kicking up some of these themes, but we never connect the themes. It never goes anywhere. And that's where I was like, okay. And that was just one of them. That was just one of them. And then there was the Scarlett Johansson character. Hold on, because I actually did. Okay, so Augie, Jason Schwartzman, okay, and Midge, Scarlett, I'm not saying that I expected any kind of real love story, but there was something happening there. I'm like, okay, I thought there was something, whether she brought him to a place of understanding or vice versa or something, nothing, nothing. Even when Scarlett Johansson's daughter caught them, so to speak, just tell we were rehearsing. Oh, after the fact. Oh, okay, so they did get down. Okay, got it. But there was
such a detachment.
So many detachments.
Yes. I fully agree with everything you're saying, but there's also something about this movie that I just loved. I don't know what it is still, but I completely agree with everything you're saying, 100%.
Can I piggyback off that?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's so funny you guys pointed all this out because it's absolutely true. But like, but I didn't feel it, you know? And like, that's how I react to movies, is how I feel when I'm watching them. So I felt like he had a complete arc. And I mean, I think he did get some closure in the end. I'm trying to remember how, but it was just like.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you having trouble remembering the movie? Is it because you spaced out, didn't know you spaced out, even though you loved it? Okay.
Maybe. Could be.
Daniel's already regretting coming on my live right now.
But okay, all right. This is what I was gonna say. I don't remember. Okay, what I was gonna say was I love this movie because I felt like it was Wes Anderson kind of talking through his creative process, why he creates art, what art means to him, why he keeps going, why he still tries even though perfection is unattainable, and there may not be a point to any of it. So that's why I love this movie, because it was like, and maybe that's part of the movie too. It doesn't wrap things up nicely, but we see some kind of arc. Okay, with the son, you know, he kind of learns that I feel like he learns that he's special, you know, and that it's okay to be weird, and he finds these people that he actually finds a community with that he hasn't previously, and I don't know where I'm getting lost in the weeds, but basically my favorite part of it was the commentary on art itself that the movie had. I believe that was my favorite part of it. I liked the meta aspects and where we get to, you know, Augie is like, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? I don't know what I'm doing. I need a break. I need 5 minutes till my next scene, and he goes outside and you know, he finds the motivation to continue finishing the play. So yeah, that's what I liked about it.
Okay, so here's what I'll say about that. I think that you were right about that. That, like, okay, his son is able to find his tribe. Augie as an actor trying to, like, find himself within this story. I agree with that. The problem I had is that there was so much else going on. It got lost for me.
I agree.
That was part of it.
Yeah.
And so the process of the artist, I get what you're saying, and I see it, and I appreciated it. I was just like, oh, okay, you're focusing way more on the process of the art than the art. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
at one point I was like, maybe this really should have just been a stage play. You know?
Yeah.
That's how I was feeling. That's how I was feeling.
Sure.
It would have been an excellent stage play. As a matter of fact, I think that they should still, you know, like just how they did with Mean Girls, like, well, even though it's a musical, but still release it as a stage play. Yeah. Like, I think this is a good stage play. Like, I tell you that. I think it's a good stage play for real. But, you know, with what you're saying, yes, I got a little bit of it as far as like, oh, we're all smart. Because even when, okay, listen, when they were playing that like naming game, listen to me, okay? I'm watching this third person. I had subtitles on, okay? I still was lost by the third name. I'm like, wait, what did they just say?
When he did it backwards, I was like, you got that.
Hey, so yeah, go backwards. I'm like, I don't even remember what he just said. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Yes.
I did like that scene. There are things that I like. There are things that I like. Okay, it's not that I hated. Okay, I know I said I hated the movie. There are things that I liked in the movie. I hated how hard it was getting through it.
Yeah.
And I think I hated the fact that you had all of these wonderful elements and they just didn't connect. And that's what bothered me. Like, I was like, you know, even like, listen, he's done. Oh, and touching on your earlier point, Daniel, about like they're not really being a point, it's the art. Like that's kind of in a way, the Royal Tenenbaums was kind of like that. It wasn't like it didn't like end in some neatly wrapped bow, but you got to know who these people were, and you kind of really saw them. So I didn't need like this whole happy ending. I didn't. I you know what I mean? Like it's not what I was looking for. But the fact that I felt no connection, I felt like, okay, well, I felt lost watching this, and everything's in front of me. Like everything's in front of me, but I'm still feeling lost. And then and then to put I'm like, maybe the alien should have came in earlier, much earlier or something. And then it was like their reaction to the alien later, because it's like he came in, what was it? End the second act or something like that. Something like that. And then it was just like, and then it felt like even though it was a sludge to get through, it just felt like, okay, the most like egregious part is like right there. Whoa, right. Okay, hold on.
And then even
I barely have a chance to see people. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
And on top of that, like, again, I did like this movie, but now they're held in isolation for however long. It was like a week or something like that. But like, I still feel like there wasn't like a huge amount of character development. Like they're now stuck together. They were already stuck together through like this event, through like space camp or whatever. But now they're stuck together like permanently for whatever this week is. And I still feel like there wasn't any like, there was no juice.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
We're kind of just running circles around what we already know about these characters, and then we're watching, those archetypes interact with each other, but nothing really comes of it. Especially with like the school teacher and the cowboy. I hate to say it, I wanted more of that. I
thought we were going somewhere. I was like, what to do? What's all this?
Like, are we supposed to fill in the bubble? Like, I was kind of just like, I feel like I had to fill in blanks a lot with this movie. But saying that, I feel like that is like a Wes Anderson thing. Like, this movie felt like such a Wes Anderson film. Like, you could have had a bingo card. Like, it was this bingo card movie.
Oh, no, it was.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so I think that's why I kind of liked it, because it wasn't like, oh, he's trying anything like super experimental or anything new. This is all of like his best things that he does combined. And I think that's why I kind of like ignored a lot of like the empty moments and like the weird pacing and all of that. I think that's why I ignored it, because it was just like, oh, this is like how it was in this movie and that movie. It's one of those like every director has like their bingo card movie. I think this is Wes Anderson's.
So what's funny about that is, like, did you guys get a chance to see my hot take video yesterday that I dropped about this movie? I
was not able to watch it.
I saw it. It was yesterday. Feels like so long ago though.
No, it's cool. No, I was only referencing because most of my video was basically saying that, like basically saying like, hey, it's got this, it's got all of the Wes Anderson isms, but it's still, there was something missing. There was one thing that just brought it together. And I even say it like this. One time there's a recipe that I make, pumpkin chip cookies. It's really amazing. So good, so delicious. And one time, I'm telling you, only one time, I happened to forget to add the 1/4 teaspoon of salt. It was only a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a bunch of ingredients. And when I tell you that little 1/4 teaspoon of salt threw everything off, it tasted so off. I was like, because of the salt? Dang! And that's how I feel with this. Like, he had everything, but that one little 1/4 thing just threw me off. Side note, hey, Actor Society, I see you, girl. Okay, continue. So, but okay, you guys tell me more about what you love and everything. Like, I want to make sure I'm not monopolizing the conversation. We're talking about Wes Anderson's Asteroid City, the movie. So feel free to drop your comments, questions, anything. Go ahead.
I'm like I said earlier, I'm very picky with Wes Anderson films because people seem to overhype them. And even like to the point of there being an alien in the film, I had no idea that that was even a plot point because even though I had a lot of it spoiled for me on Twitter, no one brought that up. And so part of me was just like, maybe people didn't even watch it, you know, and they're just talking about it because it's a Wes Anderson film and it's exciting to talk about a Wes Anderson film. And so I don't know.
Maybe they did watch it, but they checked out by the time the alien came up because that's how late he came in the game.
Loki. But like when it comes to his films, I'm very particular. I'm very nitpicky, I guess, when it comes to him because I am aware of his status and I'm aware of like what people are expecting of him. Gonna check all these boxes, and yes. And I still do feel like the passion in the film, the love for art, all that stuff. Like there is something missing, and I don't know what it is. And I have a hot take that it might be
Hot Take Wednesday,
right? Named that. But I feel like it might be because he has certain actors that he works with a lot. And for some filmmakers, it works, and for some, it doesn't. And for some reason, and I hope I don't. This is gonna come off super biased because Daniel knows how much I don't really like this particular actor. Right, but Scarlett Johansson kind of ruined it for me. There it is.
I was waiting. I had my tea. I was like, spill.
Like, I want to know if I'm the only one. Like, I wonder if I'm crazy for this. Like, I feel like her, and I know, I understand that, like, with a lot of the women that, you know, Wes Anderson writes, or whoever the writer is writes, like, they're very, like, what's the word I want to say? Stonewall? They're very stoic. Yeah. And it's all just very fast, gabby, like those like movies from like the 50s, you know what I mean? And I completely get that. But with ScarJo, I feel like she already acts like that, and it's not and so it wasn't dynamic enough. There wasn't enough dynamic in her acting. Granted, I know what the character was asking for, you know, or how the character was written, but there has to be some little dynamic. I feel like everybody sort of had something a little bit. She didn't serve a lot. And so when it came to her moments, which she has a lot in this movie for some reason, for somebody who we literally don't need to know about, like it just like, it kind of sucked a little bit of the fun out of the movie.
Okay, so I'm going to say something.
Oh my gosh. Please don't hurt me.
No, never.
I'm so scared.
No. Offline. No, okay. So I like Scarlett Jo as an actress. Most of her work I've liked. I will tell you that she was one of the points that I was making. I was like, he doesn't give nothing to do. What's the whole point? Like I was saying, right? And then hearing you talk about it, I'm like, okay, if I'm being real, Margot Robbie was on the scene for less than like a minute, and she hit it harder than Scarlett Johansson.
In 2 minutes flat. Like, what?
Wait, what? Margot Robbie was in it?
Margot Robbie was in it.
She was in it.
When Augie's taking a smoke break.
That was Margot Robbie?
That's Margot Robbie.
You see?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah. So
even Tilda Swinton, who had maybe like 6 lines throughout the whole movie.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Kills anything.
Every time.
But
fail.
But the thing
Listen.
Can I defend?
Go ahead.
It's not like okay. All right.
No, don't get me wrong. I like Scarlett Johansson. Okay, I don't despise her the way that Sierra apparently does. You understand? So, go ahead, Dale.
I guess I think the reason reason I'm assuming he picked Scarlett Johansson is because she was almost like a Marilyn Monroe type character.
Yeah.
And Scarlett Johansson has the reputation of being like a sex symbol, right?
Really?
No? I'm wrong?
Sarcasm, Daniel. Continue.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. All right, I was a little afraid. Anyways.
No, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
No, it's
I never
okay.
heard him so quiet. I heard his brain racing. He's like, "Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!"
I'm sure. I bet Margot Robbie could have done a better job. I don't know, but I thought Scarlett did fine. I thought she did. I don't know. I can see. I wouldn't necessarily fault her acting. I would fault the writing, if anything, that they didn't have a developed female character. Because her as an actress, you guys are completely. I think you guys are right. There was no real substance to her as an actor, other than she was famous and she was misunderstood. But we didn't really even get that much into her being misunderstood. They just said, "Oh, I'm a very gifted comedian." We didn't get to see her be funny, which I think would have been a huge layer of depth to her character.
I feel like with Wes Anderson films, it's a lot of like, at least for some characters in some movies, there's a lot of tell no show.
Yes.
And I feel like that's where the story kind of lacks. Because sometimes it's useful, absolutely, but I feel like if he's trying to have these like dynamic characters and these complicated conflicts and everything in this, vast world that he's given us, like we need more than you just telling us this thing about this character and people being like, yeah, that is how that character is, and then giving us nothing to show for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. So it's funny that you mentioned that she's supposed to be the Marilyn Monroe type character. I mean, there's literally a scene with her reciting her lines, and she's supposed to overdose in the bathtub with pills all over, and he literally laid that out. Yeah. And for you, Daniel, about talking about maybe seeing her being a comedian, actually, what he did makes more sense to me. Like you said, like that would be the joke. The fact that she's so straight laced saying, "Yeah, I'm actually really funny," and then somebody else coming in and conforming it later. Oh yeah, she's actually really funny. Like that is very Wes Anderson-y.
For sure, yeah.
That.
Okay.
So I didn't actually. That wasn't even the point of contention for me.
Okay.
Like the point was, regardless of, okay, I will say Margot Robbie probably would have had more of a presence on screen, but the fact still remains, she didn't have much of her character didn't have much to do. She didn't really infer anything. She didn't. What's the word? When you add, she didn't really add anything to the story like that. There was like, okay, take her out of the story. What changes? I know her daughter is, but outside of that, what changes? What really changes? Go ahead. Go ahead, Daniel.
You can take over. You're here.
No. That was that. That was me being nice. I'm like, no, go ahead, Daniel. Like I was like, I'm done talking. That's what I meant. Not like, go ahead, I'm about to get you. Not like that.
Okay. All right. Real quick. I think the only reason she's there, and this is probably because it's Wes Anderson is a very like male director. Like all the guys are like, oh, Wes Anderson. Almost as much as David Fincher, but for different reasons, right? But like his characters are just like they're young men or they're men who are sort of disillusioned about society, and that's like it's a sort of macho, but not super macho. It's like it's like toxic masculinity, just like David Fincher's toxic masculinity or whatever, but it's a different version of it.
Question.
Yeah.
Question. Sure. All right, I'm gonna throw another hot take at you guys right now. Don't get mad at me. One, I don't think there's anything wrong with having your aesthetic geared towards men and talking more about men and their experience. I'm with it 100%. Two, I don't actually like the term toxic masculinity because that infers that there's no such thing as toxic femininity. And I'm gonna tell you right now, chicks be toxic. Chicks be toxic. So I rather toxic behavior, toxic personalities, only because, like, you know what I'm saying? It feels like it's bleeding only on one side. I'm like, listen, Sierra, back me up. Chicks may not be loud, but we sneaky. We sneaky. Okay?
Good points. I guess what I was gonna finish out was I think she's only there to push Jason Schwartzman's character along, and that's all. And so she does, in a way. There's a scene where she gets him to an emotional point. She helps him access his emotions by them having them read each other's lines. He touches the griddle and he's like, I don't know why I did that. Why did I do that? We know why he did that, because he's feeling terrible inside and he wants to communicate it. That's why he touched the griddle. He wouldn't have done that if he didn't have someone to talk to, confide in, and if she wouldn't have been there. So I think she was flat as a character herself, but she did provide movement for his character, in my opinion.
I'm going to go ahead and disagree, because I am playing that scene in my head without her even in it, him touching the griddle and him saying to himself, why did I do that? And that even being a better opportunity for the audience to gain from that, honestly. Because for me, without even her talking, I felt like he's in such pain that he feels so numb, he wants to feel something because of losing your wife. Like he's taking it too well. When you're taking it too well, everything is bottled up. And you're like, I gotta feel something, I gotta do something. That's how I took it. So maybe and again, I'm really not crapping on Scarlett Johansson. It is her character and how it was written. Like, I'm not saying get rid of her. And even when you were telling me, like, oh, she helps to bring him to a place, I was like, okay, rack in my brain when? I couldn't even like think about it. And then when you mentioned the grill, I was like, oh, okay, it's still, I don't know. I don't know. I could see that scene with or without her in it. I don't. Maybe I need to rewatch it. Oh God, do I have to rewatch it?
No, you don't have to rewatch
it. Okay, you know, let me ask you a question. I'm gonna narrow it down to two. Yeah, two. Who were your two favorite characters in the movie?
I love Tilda Swinton's character. She was just fun. I know she didn't have many lines. I love Tilda Swinton, and like whatever. She was just a fun character. Because she was once in the position of like the kids at the space camp, and she's like, on her side, like let's get down to the nitty gritty. What is going on?
Yeah.
And she's the one that really tries to relate to the kids, because like their parents are arguing the entire time about their children or who's better, who's whatever, but no one's trying to like relate to the kids who are like except for her. And I loved that that bit of her character. And then can my second one be three people?
Go ahead.
The three little girls. They ate the entire movie down. The three little girls, they were fantastic. Oh my gosh, they were so fun. Like they were like quintessential weird little girls, and I loved it because I was a weird little girl. So maybe that's why I really just like I vibe with them heavy. But I loved them. Weird.
Daniel.
Man, I don't know. I liked a lot of the characters the minor characters. So I loved Tilda Swinton.
Mm-hmm.
I loved oh my gosh, Jeffrey Wright.
Yes.
Jeffrey
The
Wright.
general. The general.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
I loved his monologue.
His monologue was hilarious.
I loved his letter. I loved his letter so much. Okay, and then I loved the mechanic who was like Matt Dillon's character, who was in it for like 2 minutes, where he's like, it could either be a terrible destroying, you could either be ruining your car, or it could just be this little tiny screw that I just screwed. And then something happens, and he's like, oh, and that's something else entirely. And then I love whenever he's fixing the TV, and he's like, everything's connected, but it's still not working.
Which is a great sum up of the movie.
Is that exactly what you said? Oh my gosh! Whoa, full circle moment.
Was it all intentional? Did Wes Anderson know?
Oh, he knew. He knew. He knew. He knew.
Little Wes Anderson.
So I'm. So let's see. My two favorite characters, obviously, Scarlett Johansson, and who else? I'm joking. That was a joke.
I got that one.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Part of me was like,
good. Actually, it was if I had to narrow it down, I would say Steve Carell, his character, the hotel. It was just hilarious. Yeah, but the cabin burned down, so you have a tent now. Wait, what?
It's so.
Even his like wardrobe, the green hat, like the green.
Oh my gosh, we just lagged over each other. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
I just said I work in retail. He's like the perfect customer service example of, oh, we don't have that, but we have this, or just
he would sell the heck out of a store credit card for sure.
Yes, he would. And I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
And no, you're good. And the other character I will give it to is I think Woodrow, Jake Ryan, like the son, Augie's son.
Oh yes,
Augie's son, because he just I almost feel like maybe we should have told more of the story from his point of view, but whatever. Like he did such a great job. Like he is the one that had, like you said, like there was the most substance that connected. I would say was him. Him meeting his pals. Most of the scenes that he was in were most of the enjoyable ones for me. So, him like the naming game, him with the girl and the awkwardness, and then even like the end where like he basically kisses her, they kiss, like that was like cute. I was like, because it was just so, the way they did it was so like off, nerdy, odd, weird, awkward, cute, that it just really like worked. The movement, everything. I was like there are bright spots in this movie that I'm just like, if we could have just opened up the whole movie to be this bright spot, it'd be great. Like you were talking about with Dylan and the car mechanic thing. Like I was enjoying that. But that being the beginning, I was like, oh, we in for it. I was incorrect. Personally, you guys enjoyed it. Let me see. Okay. Even the color. Okay, so the color scheme, like the colors, like they're so like odd, off, bright, and off-putting. But when you're thinking about the characters, you're thinking about these genius kids who are off, bright, but they're off-putting. When you're thinking about the situation and like an alien coming out of nowhere, like that's very off-putting. So it's almost like the colors, the choice of the colors match the characters and match the story. I'm just like, it pains me to see like the recipe, like check everything was here for me. So what else I have? Even making the alien stop motion was cool.
Loved that. Oh my! I was really nervous of how they were gonna do that because I saw the thing come down, and I was like, please let it be cool. Please let it be cool, because I'm also very picky about movie Aliens. I could go on a whole tangent, but I was like, please let it be worth it. Let this weird tone change be worth it, and it was because of the stop motion. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, and then the alien being Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yes, I loved that so much.
It was such a great payoff.
I forget what he said, but he was like talking about how deep he gets into character.
Yeah.
It's so stupid and fun.
Yeah, it was. Oh, sorry, I'm breaking up. No, I think it's you guys. I think you guys are the problem. I'm gonna assume it's you guys.
It's the problem.
But yeah, like, even like you're right, because even his quick little conversation about like trying to get into the headspace of the alien. What is the like? That was funny. It was. It was just. It was right there. It was right there. Yeah. Sorry. Apologies. Now, Tom Hanks was a very horny grandpa who nobody was trying to get with.
Mm-hmm. He was an actor I was not expecting. I was expecting like the usual suspects for the film, but for some reason when he came up, I was like, what? But even though again he wasn't in the movie for long, he was really good. I loved the character because he was just like, he's almost as like hardened as Augie, but like he's got like a little bit of edge. Maybe like a mojito, you know, like he's just playing golf and he's like, my daughter's dead and you're being weird about it, like.
Oh yeah, and even that whole thing, no, feel free to stay as long as you like. I don't particularly want you there, but feel free to stay as long as you like. I was like, okay, all right, okay. So that's that. I mean, it's not really a compliment, but that backhanded, I don't know, offer or whatever you want to call it. that was something. And okay, so I didn't get a chance to check my poll. You know, I put out a poll. I always forget to check it before coming on here to like talk about the results of, you know, the updated results. So you already told me that you are a hit or miss with Wes Anderson. Daniel, how do you feel about Wes Anderson films? Are you absolutely like 100% a fan? Is it hit or miss? And the third option was not my style, but we've already established that that's not correct for you. We'll continue.
I wanted to put it somewhere in between absolutely I love his movies and hit or miss, because I like absolutely love it whenever it hits, but sometimes I think it doesn't hit. So but I will go see his movies, and especially now that I liked this one, I'm gonna go see the next one too, whenever it comes out, or I'll try to, you know. So yeah, if that makes sense, and which I know that my taste in his movies are kind of like opposite of what a lot of people like of his movies, which I think is weird, but fine. I'm not like the other girls, you know?
Well played. So my introduction to Wes Anderson was actually the Grand Budapest Hotel. I think that was my earliest one. I think that feels correct. Or was it Fantastic Mr. Fox? I think I didn't realize that Fantastic Mr. Fox was his until later. But one that I intentionally went out to go see was Grand Budapest Hotel, and I was just like, "What's this quirky foolishness? What is this?" And I watched it, and I was like, "Well, you have my attention. Okay. I enjoyed it very much. I loved it. And I was like, okay, And then I started working my way back. And then I watched The Royal Tenenbaums. And then much later, I watched The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Sisu, sorry. So then when Isle of Dogs was coming out, I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to watch that. And I was not disappointed, despite what Daniel may think. And so I haven't watched everything of his. Like the ones that you were mentioning, Rushmore, Moonrise Kingdom, Bottle Rocket, I haven't seen those. But I've seen 6 of his films. And this one is the only one that has been an absolute miss for me. So based off just the numbers, I would put myself in a category of absolutely a fan. Now, maybe when I watch the other 3 or 4, I'll be like, oh, well, hold on. Maybe Sarah was correct. But as of right now, I am a fan. I'm an absolute fan. Like I would, I'm still a fan, but like for me, it's been most hits than misses. So that's my take on that. That's my take on that. Do you guys have any final thoughts or things concerning the movie, Wes Anderson, any other things that you want to kind of point out? I know we didn't really even get to talk about more so like Edward Norton's character and all the other stuff. We didn't actually even really get into that too much.
I was going to bring that up. It felt kind of because of first like the main movie we're watching is the play that's being put on, right? But whenever they would, come out of it, there were a few times where it was like, oh yeah, I forgot that this is like a play, you know what I mean? But then there are other times it's like, we didn't have to do that. We didn't have to pull out and go back into the reality. Like that was a little bit uncalled for. However, if they didn't do it, I wouldn't see Willem Dafoe. And so, high risk, high reward. Some people, but yeah, there were moments where it's like, yeah, we're learning about the playwright a little bit. The narration was way too fast for me to really like latch on to what I was supposed to feel about the writer. Like most of the dialogue kind of drove my feelings towards him, but like still, that's where it could have been like a tell don't show. You know what I mean? At least clearly what's going on. But I liked some of that aspect of the going between play and the narration of how the playwright is getting everything together, how he found the actors, when he was arguing with Midge, and all of that. Like I liked that. That was also really awkward because it went on for way too long, and then we didn't pick back up on that. But whatever. Like that's kind of the part. That's one part of the movie where I was like, it works and then it doesn't, like hardcore. But then we go back into Asteroid City and then we're like, oh yeah, this is the movie. This is what I'm gonna be paying attention to.
So I did have a question because there was so when Augie showed up to Edward Norton's like cabin or whatever, and they're going, he's like delivering and everything, and then it ends the scene with them kissing. I'm like, oh wait, did he like slip his way into this thing, or did he win him over? Like I thought we were going to go more into that. I was like, what happened? Like, is that coming back? What, like, are they in a relationship? Like, what are we doing?
Exactly. The thing is, I saw it coming, and I was like, what did they just like? And then they did.
Right, and then they did. I was like, that's awfully close. What's happening? Oh, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They did it. Okay, and switch. Wait, all right. All right.
I was like, not that I it, but like I'm fresh off of watching Challengers. I need a little bit of something. I need context. I need to figure out what else is happening. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay. I haven't seen Challengers, but did Daniel tell you what I messaged? I messaged him Monday night.
What?
It was, I wish so bad I had picked Challengers instead.
Hours, bro. I'm telling you.
I'm like, I miss my window. I missed it. And that tells you that I'm more Wes Anderson. See, that tells you I'm more of a Wes Anderson fan.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I haven't seen it. It's my opportunity to see it and talk about it. Because I'm a fan. I chose that over Challengers.
Yeah. It happened.
Oh, so yeah. So what's the better movie, guys? Challengers or Asteroid City?
You don't even. Do I have to say it? Girl, I want to go see Challengers again tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
This was very fun to talk about.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Is there any way to get you guys back next month so we can talk about Challengers? Because I just now you've really like intrigued me. I'm like, oh, we have to talk about Challengers now because now I really need to see it.
Yeah, I'm completely down to talk about it.
All right. Okay. Look, listen, I'm being serious. I got some ones that open in July still. I'm being serious.
Well, we're
moving.
We're moving to North Carolina.
Oh.
And we're gonna move like July 1st. So we might it might be chaotic, but I would say absolutely I would love to do another episode with you and Challenger sounds great.
Hell, I'd make time.
I think possible. I'm always like, if it doesn't work out, will you hate me kind of thing. So
No. Okay, one. We can make it the very end of July if that's enough time, or we could even move it. 2, are you guys moving to Broward?
We're moving to North Carolina.
Okay, that's a little more north than I thought.
Yeah. That's been the worst part of telling people that we're moving. Because like, where to? And I'm like, out of state.
Okay. Okay. North Carolina's such a wonderful place, I hear.
You could visit.
Yes. What'd you say, Daniel?
We're at least gonna be there like a year and 2 months. So after that, we have no idea, but we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna see how it goes.
Okay. All right. So now your hesitation makes more sense because I'm thinking, oh, you guys are moving like what, an hour over? No. It's a whole move. All right. So here's what we'll do. I will wait for you guys regarding Challengers. So if we don't do this again until October, then that's when I'm watching it with you guys and talking about it.
Bro, you do that?
Yeah.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So good.
Well, we will
love you guys.
We love you too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations on the move. I expect more details offline. Obviously, I have a right to know. Obviously. No. I mean, just like whatever you guys like. I would love to just catch up and everything. So in due time. Anyway. That's kind of all my thoughts are on Asteroid City. That's the whole kit and caboodle. That is the whole kit and caboodle. And thank you. We're serious. Thank you for coming on. Oh, what's up? Tell me.
This is our second movie with Adrian Brody in it. Many years. I just thought that was hilarious.
That's right. He is in it. Oh my. Okay, that's another thing. There was so many people in it. There was so many. I was like, Wes is calling every favor. Every favor. Every favor.
Okay. Oh my god.
Every favor.
It was nuts.
I was like, oh my gosh. And they were fun. They didn't take away from the story to me at all. They were fun. Mm-hmm. And again, I think if he had just focused on like the 4 or 5, well, no, the 5 to 8 central characters and connecting that, it would have been great. Mm-hmm. The cameos are perfect. Keep them all in. But yeah, that's my one. So I think it's been a wonderful conversation. I think we have all come to the collective conclusion that I'm correct about this movie. Yeah. And, it's it's wonderful. But seriously, thank you guys for coming on. I love it. You guys, make sure you guys are following Sierra Latouche. Mm-hmm. All right. And Jess Daniel 21.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah, make sure you follow them. You guys, I love you. Anybody who wants to come on, shoot me a DM. Like, I love having these conversations. As you can see, they're fun. They're fun. It's a good time.
Really good
I'm not here to. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like in a TV show right now. It's like.
Okay. All right. I take that. I appreciate it. I'm definitely gonna take that. Thank you. All right. Well, I will see you guys later. Oh, and don't forget, Zombie Chronicles is on Tubi.
Zombie Chronicles is on Tubi.
Yeah! Yes. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you later. See you guys next week.